Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. And I just have a very interesting thing because this isn't just about keto here at this channel. It's about addiction and carb addiction and sugar addiction and all kinds of things that have to do with food. And it's about being structured and disciplined. And then it's about going off the rails and getting back on track and all the blah, blah, blah that we deal with daily in our lives. And I thought this was a fascinating Yale food addiction scale. And this survey talks about your eating habits in the past year. People sometimes have difficulty controlling their intake of certain foods. I didn't know that. How about you guys? Did you know that? Oh my goodness. Such as sweets like ice cream, chocolate, donuts, cookies, cake, candy, ice cream. Starches like white bread, rolls, pasta, and rice. Salty snacks like chips, pretzels, and crackers. It was funny, I was talking to somebody that I work with, and I said, are you salty, crunchy, sweet, smooth, or all of the above? I mean, who isn't all of the above? Well, I'm all of the above. It just depends on the mood. The mood dictates what the feeling is, and sometimes the salad actually does the trick because I need that crunch. I need that volume. I need that big old bowl of cruciferous vegetables. I like that. Fatty foods. Well, here we are, keto carnivores, ketovores. Fatty foods like steak, bacon, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, well, pizza and french fries. The first part was okay. Sugary drinks like soda pop. So when the following questions ask about certain foods, please think of any food similar to those listed in the food group or any other foods you have had a problem with in the past 12 months. So this is 25 questions. It's probably going to take a few episodes of Pearls of Wisdom and Food to get through. I find that when I start eating certain foods, I end up eating much more than I planned. Well, I have my OMAD, and it's usually between 2 and 4 in the afternoon daily, and I do a clean intermittent fast when I'm not chewing, right, Kim? And so I put on the plate, I don't do the eyes are bigger than my stomach. Sometimes I put together the meal before I leave for work at 6 in the morning. Yeah, at 6 in the morning. So when Greg comes home, it's just toss it in the oven at 200. And so it starts to do a slow heat up. I don't do anything fancy Nancy on the days that I work, for sure. Most everything is like a soup or a pub burger, something that can be done in 20 minutes or less. The salads are made when I wake up in the morning. And so I know that, like at a buffet or someplace my eyes are bigger than my stomach type of ordeal. I've faced that all my life. And so I only put on my plate my one serving, and that's it for OMAD. So I'm pretty safe with that, unless it comes to, being naughty. So much more than I planned. It's only when I'm having things that I'm not supposed to that my brain just checks out, and I let my addict win, and that's a not fun time. I don't know how it is for you. 2, I find myself continuing to consume certain foods even though I am no longer hungry. Once again, only if I'm naughty. How about you? Do you keep going like with a steak or something because I put my portion on the plate and that's a wrap? It's like, I'm not going to eat 2 baked potatoes because I'd have to cook another one, right? So that's the sort of thing. When it comes to like prime rib, like on a holiday recently, like Christmas, I know when I've reached the end and that medallion of meat is kind of put aside. I usually make stew out of my leftover steaks and prime rib. So even though I'm no longer hungry, that only happens with the naughty things again. When my brain, the addict just takes over and there's no saying no, which is why I'm an addict, right? 3, I eat to the point where I feel physically ill. No, I don't do that. But that's a lot of years of testing it and getting physically ill and, leaning back and seeing the 8 month pregnant beached whale look in my belly. I don't eat till I'm physically ill. I've eaten to the point of where I know I'm comfortably full. Sometimes I have that stuffed feeling, but it's with a keto meal. It's with salad and meat. So I know that it's like a temporary thing, and that because I'm going the next 22 to 24 hours without eating, that's okay. It kind of like takes care of itself because I'm having my OMAD, and I'm not adding more food in 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours or 12 hours. I'm going the full distance with the clean intermittent fasting. So just saying how it works for me. 4, not eating certain types of food or cutting down on certain types of food is something I worry about. No, because I love vegetables, fats, and fatty meats. So, and eggs, and limited dairy, very limited dairy. So, I don't worry about that. So I don't know how that is with you in the last 12 months. There's a, I'm in recovery with my food. I'm working on my food, and there's a getting to that point. And most of us that watch this channel, we've got some years of food sanity, abstinence, and sobriety. So who knows when we started, and then we do maintenance of the head, I'm talking about. So when we're here and we're listening to these videos and it's like 12 months or longer ago, we just want to maintain what we've got, the sanity, the sobriety, and the abstinence. So some of these things could be from long ago that got us on this track of taking care of the mental part of the carb, sugar, food addiction, and not just, what we put on our body. So the worrying about it might have come a long time ago, and now you're just maintaining the good things, the good habits that you've developed and put into your life. And, that's the good part, right? 5, I spend a lot of time feeling sluggish or fatigued from overeating. I don't think so. I think that would have been in my past, which, that high of that, sugar high, or the, pancake breakfast, something where you just shoot up and then it's like, boom, and they talk about that. The people that have, breakfast, but it's a carb breakfast. It's like, pancakes or waffles or bowls of cereal or, anything that's not like protein, high protein, like eggs and bacon, eggs and sausage, things like that. And so the fatigue from overeating, that was a long, long time ago. I don't know how it is for, you that are listening today. Are you fatigued from overeating still? Let me know. 6, I find myself constantly eating certain foods throughout the day. Well, that's a no matter, or no longer for me. I used to, of course, eat all throughout the day, and 3 meals and snacks. And I love how Jason Fung says snacks. There's just something about his voice when he goes snacks. It's like, yeah. When I'm cashiering and I see people, we recently, had a snowstorm warning, so the foods were just incredible. And it's like snacks. Crazy what people buy. It's like, you'll get through this. It's 3 inches of snow. We're New Englanders. We've got snowplows, and, streets are treated before it snows, so the snow doesn't stick. Just the funny stuff. Snacks. So, and if any of you did the, former typical Weight Watcher type program, or maybe you're doing it now, maybe you're doing other programs where it's like 3 squares and 3 snacks a day. And it's like, I was constantly eating. I talk about this. I was working at the shelter, and I had my bucket of food, my great big LL Bean bag filled with all the foods just to get me through that 8-hour shift. You know, there was breakfast snack, lunch snack, not to mention the coffees loaded with things that, you know, I could get into trouble with, things that made it white, things that made it sweet. And it's like, it was just a constant assault on my intestines all day long. And I was a clock watcher because the stuff, you know, the unlimited fruits, well, hell yeah. You know, everything ended with an apple or a berry or a grape or something or a watermelon. And I would just like, I can't imagine what I was doing to my body. And yet, you know, I did lose some weight with Weight Watchers in the beginning, and then the rest of it was like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to weigh this for the rest of my life. And I just kind of maintained it until I found, thank you, keto. So, yeah, the snacking throughout the day, that would be a fatiguing thing for me at this point. And what we do to our stomachs, and if we're so used to doing it that we don't know that you could feel different, that's the funny part, is when you stop doing it. I mean, people that eat 3 squares a day and snack, you know, they've got the I'm going to faint if I don't eat, and I'm going to faint if I don't have my snack, and the protein bars, which I call candy bars with wigs. It just goes on, and how fragile you feel if you don't put something in your stomach every 2 hours. And we condition ourselves to think that this is okay, this is normal, and this will work. And what we end up doing is just, I don't know. I don't even remember what it does to my body because it was like 6 or 7 years ago that I found keto. And so fortunately, you know, I'm not doing that anymore. And I went from 2MAD to OMAD. So there was, you know, a bit of a reduction before I got to the OMAD. And I'm so grateful for it. And it's so funny because people think that you're, you know, starving and then you have that meal, and it's like, no, I don't have the hunger. I look forward to what I'm having because I don't do foods that like don't have an appeal because you're supposed to, you know. I look forward to the meals that I've created. Tonight, for example, is going to be pea soup and a loaded salad, you know, loaded with, you know, Brussels sprouts and coleslaw and things like that, shaved Brussels sprouts, and then my, you know, 32 grams of Bragg/avocado oil. I look forward to those things. And every day, you know, it's what's on the menu I look forward to because I'm putting together the menu. So it's like I'm not having somebody else's cooking. As an aside, have any of you seen that ad that the person, and they always show the overweight person with this like microwave toaster oven sort of thing, and they put their meal into it, and of course it has to be something like a toaster oven because it's kind of like an aluminum foil thing, and they say, since I found Odwalla, not Odwalla, that's that smoothie drink, but anyway, it's something like that, and it's like, now my nights are free, says the woman, and it's like, free to what? Still be hungry and eat junky food? What are in these meals, and you need this certain heater upper to do it because it looks like it's an oven that's been created to go with these meals. I can't imagine how this food program is. And they must send you packaged things that you do. It must be totally expensive. And it's like, when she says, now I have my night free, and it's like, I'd be night eating after, I don't know, they don't even show you what the food is. They just show you the convenience of having somebody put it together for you. I know somebody below will come up with the name of the ad, but yeah, our new normal with TV ads and everything else, and you know, yes, you know, it's just loaded with what is normal for us to eat and how to eat and when to eat, and it's just kind of funny because it's just so different than what we do when we do keto here and we try to get to OMAD, or we're on OMAD, or 2MAD works for us, or even 3MAD. I mean, it's like, what works for you, whatever your recipe is, that's the important thing. If you're having success and you feel good and you're energized and you're not fatigued and you're not feeling bloated and you're not, you know, yes, if you're a food addict, you're going to be thinking about food all day, like, you know, me thinking about my dinner. But it's not in a way that, like, if I don't have it, it's like, oh, I can't wait to have it. I'm counting down the hours and I'm watching the clock. I don't do that anymore. My body knows that it's going to kind of look forward to it, and around 2 or 3 today, because I have the day off, as you just heard, I'll be ready, right? Is this how you do it? Are any of you identifying with what I'm saying? So we ended with question number 6. We've got to go to 25. So look forward for the next one here. I'm so glad that you're all here. I hope for your success. It's January. It's a good time to, I've been working on my finances as well as like my future taxes, as well as refinancing my rental properties. So I'm busy with that, along with busy with like what foods work, what foods work in this house for us. And the menu is simple and it's repetitive, and to some it might be boring. I call it keto success. That's just me. So thank you for being here. I will see you here the next time. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.